hammer, but it's time to go. It is game time and play time and everything else. So welcome to Wednesday night, everybody. I'm going to make sure I got the... well, I'll do that while people are talking. But our DM, everyone, welcome any new people that might be watching tonight for reasons we're not going to talk about. Our DM is Gwydion, and this is Tomb of Horrors. Take it away, sir.
Yes, thanks, Rob, and thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight, which should be the final session for Tomb of Horrors. As always, Rob is streaming tonight the player version. I'm going to be taping the DM version, and I'll put that up on YouTube. So with that, let's start doing some player introductions, then I'll do a recap of last session. So Benazar, take it away.
Hi everybody, I'm CJ and I play Benazar Goarja, who recently became a woman. It's a long story. She's okay with this turn of events.
Yes, she has been. She's done a fine job. Now, Vethater?
Hey, this is Jay's side playing Vethater tonight, the human male cleric of Helm, specializes in the light domain, likes to mix it up, stay in the front, hopefully have some fun, or maybe just get wiped out tonight, who knows. Either way, it'll be a good time.
Either way, I hope it's fun. Jocko?
Jocko's going to be leaning heavily on his cleric tonight for healing. And also, I might be a little distracted because I'll be watching Rob stream. I hear he gives away prizes and I missed them last week, so I'm going to be...
What the?
Wait, what? I got to turn it on.
Is there going to be prizes tonight? That's all I'm hoping.
Oh, there's going to be prizes.
Awesome. Clark?
And I'm playing
sorry.
a half-dwarf barbarian. Sorry, I'll finish up. He is an outlander, so he's not doing too well in this dungeon.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Clark?
Clark is being played by Rob Toohey, the 15th level fighter, gladiator, tumbler, bugbear with reach, who was formerly known as Cousin Clark, but the other player who was Cousin Eddie quit, and this is the session 51, and only 2 of our original 7 players are here from when we started in May of last year because they're all a bunch of fucking quitters. They know who they are. And I'm excited, and yes, there will be a prize, at least one prize given away on the stream tonight. So probably when I do that, I will not verbally announce it. I'll just run the raffle in the chat. So pay attention, fuckers.
Pay attention, fuckers. And at the end of the stream, depending on how what the time is, we might do kind of a recap, what the players got to, what they didn't, just kind of a recap of the tomb. But we'll see. We'll see how late it is and how everybody feels. So, all right, to recap briefly last session, when we started the session, the party had just kind of gone into the southwest of the dungeon. They faced Acererak, and after they killed him, the tomb started tumbling and crumbling and bumbling all around them. Everything was falling all around. They ran up, ran back the way they came, through the Hall of Spheres, found another gargoyle, got some gems crushed in his palms, weren't quite sure where to go, and decided to come back down the southwest. And lo and behold, it was all an illusion. They found a secret door, made their way to a kind of a fork in the tomb, and both Urash and Clark decided to kind of make their way through a silvery mist. And when they came back out, they were kind of bumbling and trying to talk. They really couldn't speak at all, and had to get a little healing to get both their charisma and their intelligence back up.
Helm be praised.
Yes, Helm be praised. And after... go ahead. All right.
No, I said Helm be praised.
Oh, gotcha. And after walking back through a door they had just gone through, they fell into a pit that phased in existence right in front of them. That was fun for the DM. Then the party made their way, found a secret door in a hallway, and they found another little hatch in the floor. So rather than explore the hallway, they took the hatch. They made their way to this big mithril door. They put some swords in it, opened the door, and made their way into this large throne room where Benazar found a scepter, has a little gold end on one hand and a silver end on the other hand. Put a crown on his head that is now attached to his head. Not sure how to get that off right now. And Urash found a very nice orange gleaming gem in the bunch of pile of bones. He picked that up and put it in his pack, and that is where we ended after, they looked through a couple of rooms before we left, one small room, and we ended it. Did I miss anything big?
I think that's about it.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
So, guys, in the party sheet, really quick, Benazar, why don't you grab the scepter just so you have that, and it's on you. And I think, Urash, I think you did grab the orange gem. And if somebody wants to grab the golden key from the vat room, just so I know who has that, that would be nice. I put a little parentheses from the vat room in it. And other than that, you can leave everything else in there if you want.
Oh, that was the golden key from the slime.
Yeah,
creature.
I just put in parentheses from the vat room. So if somebody wants to grab that and put it on their character. And do we have any questions before we get back to it?
I'll take the key.
All right. All right. Well, here we go. Let's get back started. So right as we ended last time, you guys looked in a small room into the northwest corner. And remember, that green devil face is about, I think, 20 or 30 feet high. It's very high on the wall. They just couldn't show it any better. So what would everyone like to do?
And there was nothing in this room.
There was not a thing in that room. Nope.
Next door.
Okay.
I'm gonna come to assist if anything big jumps out.
Do you guys hear echo in my voice at all?
No.
No.
Nope.
Because the stream is saying that only my voice is echoing, but you guys hear me fine, so I don't know what the hell. And it might be having to do with clean feed or whatever. I fucking don't know.
Well, let me look at something real quick before we keep going. 1 second.
Who's gonna open that door?
Yeah, Rob, it looks like you're muted. So if you're muted in clean feed, you should be fine. So, don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Normally, Benazar would unsubtly suggest one of you do it. But she's feeling
Alright.
guilty about her past, so she's going to do it.
All right, I love it.
Well, as Jocko runs in front of Benazar,
Aw.
so Jocko, it's glowing kind of a faint lilac color. So what are we doing? You opening the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the door and see if it looks like I can open it. I'm not gonna be like and listen a little bit by the door.
Yeah, it looks like it would open towards you, and as you listen to it, you don't hear a thing.
All right, I'm gonna open the door and stay behind it since it's coming towards me.
Okay, and as Urash touches the door, you all see that the light that was kind of shimmering around the door changes to a bright and coruscating purple with tinges of sickly green. And as you open that, it's another small bare chamber with a small door on the north wall and a pair of swords crossed behind shields hung upon the walls. There are 3 such sets on each side of the walls to either hand, and 2 sets on the north wall, 1 flanking each side of the door. So all I've got is that old school illustration, but that's a pretty good depiction of what you see.
Do any of the symbols on these shields match up with the pillars that are in the room?
You know, you spend a couple minutes looking, and no, you don't see anything that matches at all. So no, it just, yep.
All right, Jocko's going in.
Small door.
We'll step in and look at the shields a little closer.
Okay,
The swords.
Jocko, as soon as you walk in that room, everyone can roll initiatives as all of the sets, or actually, I guess one set of flying swords and shields come off the wall and are flying at you to attack.
Punk ass.
So these things animate, and they are going to get you.
Punk ass with the drums and everything. Holy
With the
shit.
drums and everything? All right,
Trouble
and
now.
Vethader, you are up first, and you can certainly kind of hear
Fireball.
Jocko go, "Whoa, what's going on?"
All right. So I'm not sure if I feel like my character needs to expend any magical energies at this point, so I'm going to Sacred Flame. Can I see the shield through the door from where I am, or should I move up?
You can see it. Yeah, it's the doors. He kind of swung it open, so yeah.
I'll say I probably would move up a little bit too, so I'll just do that. And then I'm going to Sacred Flame the shield.
Okay.
That's my action. Dropping it. Burning with holy fire.
All right, and it fails.
Okay, and then I end my turn.
All right.
I immolate it with Helm's glory.
Yes, you do. All right, and next up is Benazar.
Benazar will pull out a Toll the Dead, try to finish off this shield.
Okay.
Shit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And this thing just kind of crashes and clatters to the ground and looks spent. Looks completely spent.
What a weak shield. Benazar will step over there, and that'll be her turn.
All right. All right, so this thing is going to take a swing at you, Jocko. And it's a longsword
Figured that.
that misses, and it has one attack. So it misses its attack. And Clark, you are up.
All right. Clark, as you know, has reach.
I do know
So
It's a reach.
he will
around.
come in. He will give Jocko the reach around.
I don't know if I'd say it's a Christian
And-
thing to do, but give it a shot.
What the hell? What the fuck did I just do? No, never mind. Take that off. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. That's what I wanted. Did I hit it?
You
Damn it.
missed.
All right.
yes.
Second attack. All right. Third attack.
This thing is bobbing and weaving and moving and shaking. Oh, you get him that time. Damn it. All
Yeah.
right, and this thing clatters to the ground,
No.
broken in half.
Move out of the way. And let Jocko destroy the last one.
Awesome sound effects.
Jocko says, "Oh man, I was getting ready to disengage there. I was surrounded, but not anymore. And I'm not even gonna rage because I don't like raging when I'm tired."
Very confident.
Very confident.
Plus 17. Jesus.
All right, I'll do
Damn
another
it.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, and it clatters, clangs.
Hey guys, we cleaned out the room. Someone else want
That's
to
it.
open this door? I'm a little spooked.
I'm going to yell out, Acererak is a punk ass bitch.
Punk bitch
And let's
confirmed.
see. Yep, punk bitch
That's-
confirmed.
It's really rude
Mistakes
to
were made.
speak ill of the dead, okay?
He's not dead. He's not dead. Mistakes were made.
I'm gonna go in and investigate this door.
As soon as you go in, another set. This one looks a little bit stronger than the last set. Comes flying
Oh, you
down.
don't have the crown. I'm your
Yep.
master.
Yep.
Oh.
So we'll stay. Yeah, we'll stay in initiative order. So let me put this at the top, though. And Vethador, you are up. Why did that not populate? Let me get these on there. Guess, damn.
Copy.
That's
Standing
weird.
by. Standing by.
All right, now you see him.
All right, I will do what seems to be working and burn them with some holy fire.
Okay.
You reach forward and some radiant fire burns them from the sky, just like a comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it does.
And that will end my turn.
Damn.
This calls for a thunderclap.
Ah, nice cantrip that.
Damn, they all failed. They don't like that. One of the swords immediately crashes against the wall and melts. Melts.
And I will stand there and hope that I don't die. And it feels like a good hope. It's probably not going to die. But you never know.
All right. And this shield just kind of seems to kind of holds its turn a bit. And Clark, your turn.
All right. Clark's gonna come in next to his buddy and say, "I will help you, ma'am." And he's first gonna attack this. Yeah, that's right.
All right, now hold. All right.
Oh,
That's right.
sorry.
That's right. No. I didn't do it quick enough. It's all good. All right. If you do
So
another
do I-
attack, if you
should I
hit,
keep
no,
going?
keep going. If you do another attack and hit, just pause for a second.
Okay. So no worry there.
Right.
I'll do my other attack. Oh snap!
All right. And as you're swinging at the sword, the shield basically flies and deflects the blow, but you do hit the shield. So target the shield now and do your full damage to it with a crit.
I guess switching targets made it not crit.
Well, it killed it, so next time that's interesting.
Oh, okay, so there's the extra damage. And then since I killed the thing and crit, I get another shot.
No, not when it's an inanimate object. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's okay. I was like, what was he talking about? Holy
Sorry.
Christ. It's gonna be our first fight. Remember how we talked about we haven't had a fight yet?
Yeah,
That was gonna
see?
be it right there.
God damn it.
That was gonna be it.
Oh, God, that was pretty deadpan, too.
You're out of your fucking mind. Oh, that's a hit.
Yep.
Nice.
That was good though. You said that with all seriousness. No,
Right.
not when it's an inanimate object. I was like, what the?
And
All right.
you got a kind of a pile of weapons now at your feet.
So
And
there
then I
should
look
be
to
2 more,
Benazar.
There are 3 more
I
sets
say-
that you see on the wall.
Oh, okay. Even though I know that, I say to Benazar, now you can open the door.
So what's this door look like? Just a door?
It just looks like, yeah, a normal door. Yeah, it looks very similar to the door that you just opened, but no gleaming, no flashing.
I try to open the door.
Okay. And the door opens.
And when it says small, like we're talking about just not large, or is it like gnome size or anything?
Is what? I'm sorry.
The door was described
No,
as
no,
small.
just
but that
just
was
a
not-
normal. Nope, just
Okay,
a
it
normal
is
door.
Okay. But maybe we had to crawl through it or something.
It doesn't look good.
Oh, there's only bodies in there. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, you see some skeleton bodies on the floor from where you are. It looks like this. This is kind of what you can make out from where you are.
And is that the entrance door, or is there another archway that looks like an entranceway?
It's the entrance door, so that you're coming from.
Okay.
Yeah, there.
Okay.
If you can see
Copy
that arrow.
Some
Okay.
kind of fish fountain urine spilling. We don't know what that is.
I feel like I've reached the limits of my courage. I will step 5 feet inside. I'm looking very hard at the ground, try and see if anything tries to jump out at me. But I will step in there
Okay.
and see what happens.
Nothing happens. No movement.
I will look back to Clark and just kind of shrug.
I will go bravely in some amount of way and see if I get a bad thing happening.
Okay. No, you don't, but you see a little bit of glowing letters on the north wall of the chamber. You can't quite make out what it says, but you see something on that far wall.
Okay, when I see that, I would like to go closer to see if I can read it. So I'll go my full 40 feet. Trying not
Okay.
to disturb these dead bodies that are there, laying there. And do I able to read it now? I'm not able to speak
You are.
English, but can
Yep.
I read what's on them?
Yep, and it reads in glowing letters, "You who dared to violate my tomb now pay the price. Stay here and die.
Oh,
Stay here and die slowly of starvation, or open and enter the door to the south where certain but quick death awaits. Whichever you choose, know that I, Acererak the Eternal, watch and scoff at your puny efforts and enjoy your death throes."
It's not
why don't
nice.
you come here and fight me yourself, bitch?
It's just the message. He's not actually there.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is not something I'm hearing. I'm just reading it on the wall. All right. Well, I'm gonna ready an action to fight shit if anything shows up, and then I'll be done.
Okay.
I guess I should have been more specific. I'm gonna ready a melee action to strike any enemy force within my range. Before
Can you
my
drop
turn comes
that
up again.
text into the chat, Quinn? Is that something you can do? There you go.
I can. Just one second.
And
Are-
we didn't see a door to the south.
No, you see, I mean, you came in from that door. Yeah, it's kind of an old school illustration, but you see the fountain, kind of a small stream of water and a water basin to the left, and there are all kinds of skeletons here, rotting equipment. So you can do what you want, but that's what you see.
For research purposes, Benazar is going to try to step out of the room.
When it says open the door to the south, that doesn't mean that the door that Clark entered, did the door close on him?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Research purposes. What a bunch of bullshit.
All right, Jocko's gonna squeeze between his two buddies and piton the door open so he doesn't get shut in and starve, and then step back out and do the same with the purple door, so that the doors are jammed open.
I have
Okay.
a suspicion. I think that this room up here to the north might have been a possible teleport location. Like maybe we go through another door in the dungeon and it drops us here and we read that message. And then we go through the door to the south and then the shields come out and try to attack us. So I think we kind of came into this room backwards from Acererak's design.
Because it was awful easy to open the southern door from the other side, but what about if we can't open it from this side? So, what should we do?
So I say we search the bodies.
I'm not going to make him go through this.
Just in case
You guys
anything
are
important on them.
This dungeon, I hear it.
Okay, you search the bodies, and stand by 1 second.
100 billion gold. Is that what those dice were?
That looked really bad.
That was interesting.
I don't like any of this.
All right, you see a bunch of platinum pieces, gold pieces, gems, and I'm going to put a parcel. You also see a potion in there, as well as a very nice gleaming flail. And I'm going to put this all in a party sheet. So 1 second. And it should show, oh, actually it probably exploded, but, so yeah, I apologize. It just kind of exploded in there, but you should be able to see. There's like a obsidian gems, hematite gems, lapis lazuli gems. But the main things you saw were the flail that looks really nice and a potion.
Not being someone who's into weapons, yeah, I'm Bethetter's kind of.
There's the potion has a red pulsing liquid in it.
Continuously contracts to a tiny bead and then expands to color clear liquid around it.
Oh, jeez.
That's weird.
And Clark, as you're looking and kind of you're looking through the bodies, that body immediately to your east, you find kind of scrawled in almost illegible, it looks like maybe it was with his own blood, but he says, essentially it's a note very similar to what Benazar said, and that is, we ended up here, we were teleported here. I hope no one finds this note because we were not able to make it out as all of the shields and swords began to cut us down. With my last breath, I wrote this note in the hopes that someone maybe could read it someday. Say hello to my daughter.
And Benazar will take the time to write that message down in a journal.
Okay.
All right, we got a flail and a potion.
Guys, I'm not going to do that because it's just a waste of time. It's not going to do anything to him. It's going to be a waste of a fight.
Daughter. I am done at 2. Let's grab those items. Let's later on see if the flail can do anything for anybody. I'm assuming it's magical and unidentifiable at this point.
I have a scroll of identify, I think. Or did I use it? Let me take a look. I have 1 scroll of identify left.
Let's use
potion or flail?
Yeah.
Or the potion. I would put potion.
Yeah, I would maybe identify the potion instead.
Alright, I will burn my last scroll of identify to identify this potion.
Okay, you do that, and it is identified, and it is a potion of diminution. And you guys can, as you look at it and think about it, you kind of, Benazar, you're smart enough to get the joke that it probably would have gotten them small enough to maybe try to get out of that room, but it wouldn't have allowed them to get out of the room. It was more of another screw you from Acererak.
The guy who designed this is a total dick.
Right?
What a dick.
I hope he's dead.
All right. Urash, you have a kind of a light blue, faint blue light on this door in front of you, and there's a brass pull on it.
All right, I'm gonna listen by the door and try to hear if there's anything lurking, and then I'll open it.
You
I
don't
hear anything.
Don't hear anything, so you pull the door open, and it pulls easily, and it groans a bit as you open it up, and it reveals a room that looks like this. And I don't think there is a picture of this one, but you see a low stone table upon which rests a wooden sarcophagus. Various broken and looted urns and coffers are scattered all about the room. Yep.
Looks like something for someone from the Underdark to check on.
Who's from the Underdark? Benazar.
I was born in Neverwinter, for the record. Dicks.
I'll be praised. Get in there.
Do less.
I will look at the coffin. I don't touch it, but I look at it, see if there's anything written on it. See if there's any signs that it's been opened previously.
It doesn't look like it's been opened. It's pretty ornate, but nothing you really recognize. No runes or anything that you can make out, but it definitely looks like it's a very ornate kind of symbols, but nothing really intelligible. And Clark closes the door behind you. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding. I've purposely mistyped.
I know. All right.
Okay. I guess we try to open it.
Hold on. Let your buddy come in. And...
No, I didn't say I was going to open it. I said we try to open it.
I will assist with my crowbar if needed.
I mean, technically, I think I'm assisting you.
Okay. All right. So
it goes clear.
Nice. So you open it, and the sarcophagus top, slowly pulls back, and inside it, you definitely do see a full-on wrapped body that kind of looks like what you would think a mummy would. And if you guys both give me perception checks, please. I guess Benazar and Jocko. All right. So Jocko, surprisingly enough, you actually noticed kind of barely visible in between the wrappings that are on this body's head. You notice a huge gleaming amethyst. I mean, this thing looks like it's worth. I mean, you've seen gems before, and you've never seen this big and this bright.
All right. Out of curiosity, I'm gonna take my orange gem and just touch it to the amethyst that's bleeding through the folds.
Okay, you do that, and you hear a soft clink, but nothing else.
Gem sounds. Okay. All right. I'm gonna step out of the room because this is not my domain of specialty.
So, looking at those gems, do they look similar in shape to the gems in the collar?
No, they don't. This one looks, and it's just one gem, and it's huge. I mean, you can't see the entire thing because it's just poking out between the wrappings, but it looks, much even bigger than the size of a fist. I mean, this looks like a huge gem.
And there's nothing, and is there anything like between the body and the walls of the sarcophagus, or
no?
Kind of more thoroughly search it?
No, you just see kind of the broken urns and coffers. It looks like the rest of the place might have been looted pretty well, from what you can tell.
Could I step in the room and do a religion check to see if I recognize the ritual or the deity or the like the ritual significance of how they mummified him, maybe the culture or the...
Yeah, I mean, you look and you just you can't really tell anything. It seems a little odd to you, but I mean, nothing that really comes to mind in terms of your recollection.
Okay. All right. Well, I say we leave the dead to rest.
Oh, come on now.
So I forget what, it looks like we've looked at everything here. So if we go back out, was there some place we skipped?
Let
Any
me.
other maps?
There was the previous map that we didn't explore all of.
Okay.
And I can give you. I mean, just here. I'll put this back just so you remember what's in the. Kind of what was in the room, just the description as you walked in. 1 second. Yeah, those are the two things. So other than kind of the pillared throne area in the bottom, that's about it.
Did we ever open that panel in the front? We never did we?
We're not sure it's an actual panel. It's just part of the throne, the picture of the crown on it.
I would ask Benazar, do you feel any strangeness after wearing that crown? Is it?
So the only thing that the crown has allowed me to see this room as clear as day.
Okay.
So for me, the room is no longer dark. Beyond that, I can't take it off at the moment.
And Clark, how cautious are you being as you're walking through here?
Not cautious.
Okay.
Now that we've cleared the room, I'm fully confident there's no other things here.
Roll me a percentile dice, please.
Okay.
Benazar, if you want this item to be taken off of you, let me know and I can help.
All right.
I've got an idea how to do it. But we'll see.
So Clark, as you're kind of walking down through, and you don't really, like you said, you've explored most of the room. You just kind of barely brush one of the pillars as you're kind of walking through here, and you immediately begin to slowly start floating up into the air.
Oh. I'll grab the pillar. Do the pillars go floor to ceiling?
They do. So.
And how tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling is, I believe it's 25. Let me go back and look at it real quick.
Somebody's trying to Willy Wonka my ass to the ceiling. What's up?
It's exactly what they're trying to do.
You stole the fizzy lifting drinks.
So the ceiling is 30 feet. So give me an acrobatics check trying to kind of grab onto this pillar as you're literally kind of starting to float like a helium balloon.
Whoops, I meant to throw that in the tower.
That's okay. No, that's bad. Why don't you re-roll it? No, I'm just kidding. No, you're fine. So you're really feeling like you're getting tugged up, but you do get a good grasp on that pillar, and you're about kind of maybe 5 feet off the ground, and definitely trying to pull you up, but you're kind of you're right stuck on that pillar about 5 feet off the ground.
And do I think that it's because I nudged the pillar or stepped on something on the floor, or I just really don't know?
Best you can tell is you do think it was because you kind of touched that pillar, and as soon as you touched a pillar, you started floating.
Do you let us
All
know
right.
what you think triggered it? Do you yell that out? Or
I'm going to just say, I would say, as I start to go up and I grab the pillar to try to steady myself, I'll be like, guys, don't touch the pillars because I'm floating now.
Why would you do that?
I don't mean to.
Be careful next time. All right, so Jocko's going to do something a little Jocko-y. He's going to go in and remove the body with the gem skull and put it in his arms, the mummy, and carefully walk through the pillars now that he knows they're magically inclined. Take it up on the dais and lay it down there.
So you're taking the entire body and dragging it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I've got it in my
Bernie's that
arm.
son
I
of a
carry-
bitch.
I'm carrying it, but I'm dodging the pillars.
No, I got you. I mean, yeah, and Clark is just like,
was
help me out, guys.
Methoder was going to see Clark, and then all of a sudden he sees Jocko run by him with the body, and he's just like, what? He doesn't say anything yet.
And I kind of boosted and sat in the chair, thinking maybe our king will revive. He steps back to there. And
Careful, Jocko. That's blasphemy. Our king?
All right.
You know not who this was.
All right. So it's kind of
To
sitting.
lure him in.
It's kind of sitting up with the gem poking out of its head and just kind of head lolling to the side, and it's just sitting on the big throne or chair.
Right, that didn't turn out to what I thought it would, but it's kind of cool looking. I'm gonna take a selfie.
Jocko, the dead are not toys to be used as dolls and playthings.
No, I thought the king wanted to return to his throne. Sorry. That was-
I will cast spell magic on Clark.
You do that, and Clark, you feel your body kind of come back to your own. The feeling of kind of weightlessness abates, and you are back on the ground.
All right, I'll step out away from any pillars because
Okay.
now I don't like them.
It was high as fuck.
And then I'll say, thank you, my good lady, because I didn't enjoy the idea of floating away.
Nobody ever does.
Insert
Can we,
Come Sailing Away, the song.
See the ceilings?
Yeah.
If they're spiked or anything strange about the roof or the ceiling?
No, the ceiling doesn't look anything other than the big double faces on the top north end that are about 24 feet off the ground. Nothing else, just 30-foot tall ceiling.
Yeah, so that would be a potential option, is if you wanted to try and see if there's anything more to those faces, then we could try to intentionally fly up there and take a look.
And stick our dicks in the hole and then they get absorbed.
I mean, they're working,
All right.
working on that door over there. So.
Clark is going to continue to do what he was originally going to do, which is go investigate that panel again and see if it slides or pushes in or pulls out or any of that type stuff.
So you spend, 10, 15 minutes, you're looking all over this, and the only thing that you see is that replica of the crown. And it was kind of hard to see. It wasn't very obvious, but it's on the lower front panel of the seat, kind of underneath one of the body's legs now that's sitting on the big throne. But that's the only thing of note at all.
Put that crown on the mummy's head. Let's do it.
Well, I guess I'll see if the thing that I think might take it off will take it off.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out the scepter and I'm gonna touch the silver end to the crown.
You pull out the scepter, and as you guys are watching him do that, or her, excuse me, do that, you immediately feel your entire body begin to crumble and turn to dust until Benazar is no longer there. It's just a pile of dust.
Holy fucking shit.
Wait, everyone's body or
Just Benazar's. When he touched the silver end to the crown is now on the ground. Benazar is a pile of dust, and the scepter is on the ground.
I run up to him and try to cast Revivify.
Okay, stand
So
by.
levels-
Throw me Revivify in the chat, please. I can look at it, I guess, but if you have
I got
it,
it. There you go. I'm taking the spell slot now. The problem is if it's similar to Disintegrate, I don't think it works.
Yeah, I will tell you, without you burning that slot, since that does talk about body parts, the only thing that would bring him back is really a wish spell.
Yes.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm inspecting the dust, I guess, at this point. I realized that casting the spell wouldn't work, and I turn around and I say, he's gone. There's nothing I can do. This is beyond me.
Well, he was good enough to leave the crown and the scepter for us. So thanks, Benny. We'll miss you, man.
My advice
these artifacts
is
are.
don't fucking touch those things. You're gonna die.
No. Jocko's gonna grab both of them and walk
here
up
we go.
to the throne and put them on the head of the gem mummy and put the scepter in its hand, and then step back. Because he's
Alright.
looking for the Mummy King. Maybe he can revivify Benazar.
Wait, so what are you doing exactly, Jocko? I'm sorry, I was looking at a few things, but what exactly are you doing?
I'm going to take the crown and the scepter, and I'm not going to put it on my head, of course, because I saw what happened to Benazar. That those thorns go into his head, so it's locked in. But I'll put it on top of the gem head and put the scepter in the mummy's hand and then back off the dais and leave Clark alone on the dais.
Wait, what?
Okay. Now you put it on the that mummy's head, and nothing happens.
And when he puts the scepter in the mummy's hand, nothing happens?
No.
All right, I will go up and I will grab the mummy's arm, making sure that I'm not touching the scepter, and I will touch the silver end of the scepter to the crown.
Oh yeah, use a surrogate. I like it.
You touch, while it's on the mummy, you touch the silver end of the scepter to the crown?
Right.
Okay. As you do that, the entire mummy's body just crumbles and turns to completely to dust, along with the gem. And now you just see a pile of fetid powder sitting in the chair and kind of spilling all around the chair.
All right, and I'm going to turn around to Jocko and...
I did not expect that.
All right, we did it.
That takes care of that.
And I'm going to confidently, yet sadly, because of Benazar, start to stroll out of the dungeon like we've won.
And I'm like sitting there next to the dust pile. I'm like, what did we do exactly?
I'm confident that we have vanquished the evil in this dungeon by the fact that I just destroyed this dummy. Or mummy, I mean.
Dummy, mummy.
I'm
Dummy,
taking the broom out and pushing Benazar's dust into my bag.
You're going to take him with us.
Taking him with us. Who knows what some...
Yeah, well, that's a good idea. We're going to find somebody with a wish spell to bring him back, maybe. But whether it's true or not, Clark is fully convinced that we are done here. We've done what we came to do.
Okay.
And so he's going to wait for Jocko and Bethader to kind of agree with him or not.
I would say I'm not so sure about that.
Oh no? Okay, and then he'll stop and say, "What should we do?
Oh, jeez.
Want to float up and look at these green things over there?" That doesn't-
Benazar promised having magic that could take us from this place in an emergency, and now we've lost that. So Vethider's starting to panic a little bit for the very first time, because he always thought that Benazar could whisk them out.
I thought your god would save you.
Well,
Wow.
Perfect.
oh, jeez.
So I'm looking to the south, behind the chair and the dais. Is there anything on the wall to the south, like any type of possible niches or tapestries or anything hanging on that wall down there? Because it's kind of obscured in our map.
No, you don't notice anything. The only things of note at all is what I've already given to you.
All right, as one last ditch effort, with this dais has just been sitting here and nothing's going on there, so it's kind of been weird. I'm gonna try to move the chair.
Okay, you push and
There's some
push,
kind
and
of lever.
the chair doesn't move at all.
It's like bolted down. Okay. And then I did search this before we leave the room. I figure let's look again at this dustbin over here, because it's been tweaking my mind.
Yep, you don't.
Does the pile of stuff in the corner resemble the same type of dust that the mummy and the Benazar turned into, or does it look different?
No, I mean the difference. It looks to Jocko as he gets closer. It looks more like debris and dust from a blast of some kind, whereas Benazar was just literally just down to just powder. Same with the mummy, literally just like there was barely anything there. Like you'd think of a cremation and what would be left. That's what you'd think of.
Okay.
The original puzzle said the throne that's key and keyed. So the throne is a key and it's keyed.
So-
And I ask,
Have we touched
put
the
the key
crown
on it.
to the replica? And let's try the replica.
Who's got the golden key? Let's put it on the throne. I mean,
I have the key, but did you see the keyhole?
no, but
Set it
key
on top of the
could
chair?
mean-
Yeah.
yeah, it could be given the key. It could be keyed like a car. You key somebody's car. I wouldn't know. I just forgot about that. So
All right,
maybe
I take
yeah, just
his suggestion.
So what you're using? You're taking the key from the room that you found, the vat, and you're touching
The
it.
VAT key, and I'm placing it on the seat of the throne.
Okay.
We're gonna touch the crown that Benazar lost to the replica and see if anything triggers.
Okay, so Vethider touches the key to that to the chair, and nothing happens. Jocko, you touch the crown to the crown inlay, and nothing happens.
I'll try the key to the crown inlay.
Nothing happens.
And I'll try the orange gem that I've got in my pack. I'll pull that out and say, maybe if this thing had a gem on it, touch it to the replica crown.
So you do that, and Vethider, give me a perception check.
Copy. It is done.
Okay, and so as Jocko brings out that orange gem and touches it, nothing happens, but you get, this is kind of the first time you've got a chance to look at that, and that it kind of gives off a strong necromantic magic to you, and it radiates kind of a bit of evil to you. You actually kind of get a glimpse that that it can be activated with a wish, but not necessarily a good kind. So you get the sense that it's very evil. And
So
I'll leave it
very
at that.
evil could be activated with a wish, but I don't know what it would do to activate.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the gem we're talking about?
Yes, the gem. The gem.
Bards are not immortal.
Oh, that's right.
I live on as memories now.
Yes, yes,
Oh, that's
he
right.
does.
Vethador, say his name. No, Benazar. I'm saying the guy that's alive.
All right. What else?
And there are no keyholes all around this whole place that we looked, correct?
No. Nope. There aren't.
All right. I'm
All right,
gonna
hold
try
on, hold on,
something.
hold on.
I tell
I
the
think the
group-
scepter we need to touch to the replica too, just because it did something really fierce to both Benazar and.
Oh, that's
the
true.
mummy. We gotta
That's-
touch the
That's one
scepter to the-
permutation we haven't tried.
Okay.
Can you guys keep that thought in your heads? What you
Okay.
just said?
Sure.
Yeah.
I tell the group. After looking at that gem, I realized something, and I've never done this before, and I'll ask Jocko for the pile of ashes of Benazar.
I will give him. And you want the gem too?
No, negative on the gem. I take the pile of ashes and I will move away from the throne. It's like the middle of the room, and I will attempt to divine intervention
Oh, snap.
and ask Helm for a wish.
Now, are you doing that through the gem or just through a spell you
No.
have?
Through the cleric feature.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Here, I'll link the feature.
No, I think I know what it is. You got like a 10% chance for it to answer or something.
At my level is 15%.
15? Okay.
Wait, any cleric spell or cleric domain spell would be appropriate. But it can kind of be DM's discretion. So I roll a number equal. Wait,
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
to roll a number equal to or lower than my cleric level on a D100.
Okay. So I will let you roll a percentile dice. If you'd like, you can use an inspiration. So I will take the lower of 2 rolls, just 1 inspiration, but you're welcome to if you want.
All right, so I place these ashes down and I start to pray, and as I pray,
Jocko and
fire.
Clark are chanting, "Helm be praised, Helm
Yes.
be praised."
Helm be praised, Helm be praised, Helm be praised. Just
Use
over
an
and over.
axe
Helm be
to-
praised.
and as I
Throw a little
start to
yeah.
speak the words of power, like small fires start to like light around me in a
Nam
figure
Shiva,
8 pattern, basically,
Nam Shiva,
and
Nam Shiva.
they all kind of like flare up to like 10 feet, and I say the final word of the chant and pray for Helm's assistance in returning my friend.
Nam Shiva, Nam Shiva, Nam Shiva.
Jocko,
Kalima!
righteous fire, righteous fire.
Need the stones, Dr. Jones.
No, what's
Ah.
doesn't work.
All right,
Crap.
wait. I have a question. Can I then donate my inspiration for yet again another roll?
I think 2 is generous.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to bring him back, but it's going to get a little cheesy
Okay.
if we keep rolling. So I'm going to say that
All
the
right.
2 rolls. Yeah.
So
I accept this. Just as a player, I accept
What?
this, guys.
All right.
do I feel anything, or is it silence?
It is silence. As of this time, your god does not answer you.
You receive a scroll of excommunication.
So I turn to Jocko and Clark and say, "It is not for us to know the will of the gods. It was his time." And I'll close the
Namna
session.
Shiva.
And then you'll hear me be silent for a few minutes as you guys hopefully remember what you were talking about before I
We were gonna touch the scepter to the crown replica on the panel,
So Jocko,
and then
what's
Yeah,
do it.
go ahead.
I'm gonna just the same way that Benazar did to his crown when it was on his head. I'm gonna take the scepter and do the same end that he touched the crown with.
Okay, you do that, and as soon as you do that, the entire back end of the dais and the chair or throne slide down, revealing a passageway behind the throne.
Holy fucking shit.
Wait, what did you touch the scepter to the fake crown?
Correct.
Yeah.
The replica. Yeah.
It's the only thing we hadn't done
Oh
out of
my
all the different possibilities. Yeah.
I look at Jocko with amazement and say, "You are wiser than you claim to be, my friend."
I
Teabag.
twirl the scepter like a drill team sergeant.
Don't touch it to anything. Holy shit, put that thing away. All right,
I
let's
agree.
go. Oh. Well,
I'm putting you on another map, so just give me a sec.
Yeah, okay, holy shit.
As we transpose to another map, I'm shedding a tear for Benazar.
As we enter another map, I will pray for guidance. You see me a little bit more animated now, but I still look pretty somber. Oh shit, I have so few higher level spells.
So, Jocko, you see a narrow passage behind the throne that leads to a kind of a 10-foot wide landing and kind of a series of steps. I'll open this a little bit more.
All right.
As we start to descend, I recite the last two lines, and I'll say, "The Iron Men of Visage Grim do more than meets the viewer's eye. You've left and found my tomb, and now your soul shall die."
Yeah,
You'll
well,
hear me
we're going to
repeat
change that.
We'll see about that. We'll be missing our bard, but as I step down, I'm going to be looking closely at the walls and the floor and for traps and using my full danger sense to.
Okay. And the walls of this area are untarnished and gleaming copper panels set between rare woods inlaid with ivory. The ceiling is silver, formed so as to reflect and amplify light brought into the place. The chambers widens to the south, where a set of gently sloping steps leads upward. The 6 steps from nearest to farthest are made of onyx, pink marble, lapis, black marble, yellow serpentine, and malachite.
It's basically a rainbow stair.
You know what? I might have hold on, if I have an illustration.
I pause before we touch the steps.
Okay.
And I'll say to the group, remember the colors. These colors might be significant. We were instructed to avoid green.
All right. And
Shun green.
upon the black marble step is a large cylindrical key of bronze. I'm going to show you what this looks like.
Oh, wait, it doesn't say green.
And again, this is kind of old school. So think about this door. This is a pair of enormous doors. They go floor to ceiling. They're 28 feet tall, 14 feet wide. But you do see a key, and I need everyone, or at least Jocko and Clark, give me, what is it? Where is it? I think it Constitution? No, give me wisdom saving throws, please. Okay, so you both feel kind of a shudder and like this grip, and Jocko, you may not be able to be frightened, but Clark, you definitely feel for a second just this repulsion from this key, and but then that passes and you do not have any ill effects.
Oh, there is a key. Oh, I was thinking. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so there's a large
like a
bronze key that's kind of.
Yeah, now there's a key, and then now what is it? Key, the key to key, or key or key or something. Fucking what those poems are.
So now that we're over our fear of the key, I'm going to step up and pick up the key and look at it. It said brass key, right? We have a gold key and a brass key now.
It's kind of it's bronze, but I will put that in the party sheet.
And this is super big. And did anything happen when he stepped on the steps?
No.
Oh.
But Vethader, as you get there, I also need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Super dope with wisdom.
Okay, and as you
See
get
if it helps.
close to, as Clark or Jocko picks that key up and you get there, you are all of a sudden overcome with fright, and feel like you have to do everything you can to get away from that key.
I said, Jocko, you fool! That key is evil. We have to get out of here.
No. I go, hey, calm down. I lick the key and say, it's no big deal.
I lick
I
the
step
key.
5 feet back. I step
No
5
big
feet
deal.
back.
I don't think Gary Gygax was thinking anyone would lick the key. Nice.
Well, yeah, Caddyshack came out after this was.
I say, you've been deceived.
All right, and Jocko, while Vethader is kind of shaking back there, as you get closer to these doors, at about waist height, there's kind of a cup-like depression, like a kind of a hemispherical concavity with a central hole.
Does it look like a keyhole that this brass key might go in? Or?
I mean, it looks like it's possible that it could fit something like a key, like that key you picked up, or it's just
Gem,
like this,
maybe? Like an orange gem.
No, 2 keys together. Put the keys together and put them in there.
Oh, okay. We got the gold.
Because didn't it say
I
that's
have
fine?
the other key. You're not getting anywhere near.
I'll come over there to get your key.
I'll say, Clark, you must stop him. That key is evil. Cannot use it. And I'll
No,
hand
it's all
you the
right.
key.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Just stay right there. And I'll come up here, and then I'll say, now put these 2.
I'll hand you the brass key and then step back.
Oh, okay.
Try to comfort.
I'll put the
the
keys
nerd.
together. I'll put the keys. Send Clark to his death. I will put the keys together. I, Jim, will stay in the safety of the alligator while Marlin rests.
Yeah,
Okay,
secretly,
so-
I'm happy that I'm scared, so I don't have to go.
So you're putting kind of both the keys together and putting them
I'm
in
gonna
the.
put the keys together to make like side by side to make like one bigger key, and then I'm gonna see if that goes in it.
You do that, and as you do that, this bolt of electricity just slams through your body,
Awesome.
and you take. So it looks like you did you absorb all of that? You must have had 10 hit points, but you essentially
I did,
took
yeah.
3d10 of lightning damage as soon as you touch those keys to that depression, this lightning just slammed into you.
And then the door opens.
No.
Okay. I will take those back out, and I will use just the gold key, or the one that was not on the steps.
Okay. So kind of the first key. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So as soon as you
I
do
can
that,
take a lot of lightning.
you take another.
I can take a. God damn.
You take another 2d10 worth of lightning as this electricity
All
just
right.
slams through your body.
I told you it was evil.
I'm undaunted. I will then just try the brass key.
The bronze key, you do that, and you take more lightning damage.
All right, I'm gonna turn around, facing Jocko and holding both keys in one hand, and then I'm just gonna drop both keys on the stairs.
Okay.
And walk off the stage.
Mic drop. Key drop.
Yeah, like a mic drop. And I'll be like, you know what? These keys don't work on these fucking doors. What the fuck?
All right,
See
I'm gonna
what they
come
say.
up and put the orange gem in the little cup holder, whatever thing on the door.
Okay. Kind of put it there. You're trying to like move it around and shove it in there, and it just doesn't seem to do anything. It just slides around.
All right.
But it does seem like, you're looking at it, and it's, although the keys kind of made sense because they were cylindrical. I mean, it looks like it's more of a concave, kind of think about a sunken in depression in the wall.
All right, we got the scepter. We got to try the scepter, guys.
Yeah.
The bulbous end of the scepter will go in the slot.
All right. While he's doing that, I'll pick these keys up and put them in my pocket. God damn it! There's probably for something
Maybe
later.
need them later. Yeah.
So, Jocko, you're using you said the bulbous end, like the gold knob, the gold end of the scepter?
Yeah, you said it was kind of a cylindrical hole or something.
Right.
Whatever end would look like it would fit better, I guess.
All right. Well, given you said the bulbous end, you do touch the gold end, which is the bulbous end. And as soon as you touch that, these huge doors just silently swing open.
Oh
Hey,
no!
guys! Indiana Jones.
And we're leaving both keys behind, right?
No, I picked them up because I'm stupid.
All right. And as you open the door, Jocko, you see.
Whoa.
Sorry. Yeah. You know
Sorry,
what? Yeah, that's a good point. You are still afraid. Yeah. Let me look at something real quick.
One sec. Let me
What are you afraid of?
He was afraid
Brass
of
key,
getting close
bronze
to that key. Right. Sorry. Yep.
Let me think
So
real quick.
I've put in the keys in my pocket and they're hidden. So
Okay, I'm gonna say that as long as he doesn't see the key, or he doesn't, he doesn't, have any visibility to it, that he is not affected.
Okay.
All right. Copy. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a DM call on that. Okay, so as you look in the room, you see an imposing chamber has a silvered ceiling, just as the foyer has. So it is brightly illuminated by reflected light. The walls are of ivory with gold inlaid. The floor is polished agate. In each corner stands a statue of black iron, easily 9 feet tall. That to the northeast stand a saw-toothed two-handed sword, raised to strike. That to the northwest, a huge spike-ended mace. To the southeast, the sculpture holds a wickedly spiked morning star, and the one in the southwest has a volge. Near the center of the room is a large bronze urn filigreed in gold. A thin stream of smoke issues from a tiny vent in a brass stopper. On the southern wall stands a granite sarcophagus that appears to be damaged. Flanking the sarcophagus are 2 large iron chests.
And as I walked up to the stairs, I touched each of them and said, Helm will stop you from being restrained for 1 hour.
awesome.
Okay.
We might need
Beautiful thing. So,
All right.
Jocko's tentatively going to step into the room, like with 1 foot, and touch the floor and see if any wackiness is going on.
The music gets a little bit louder as you do that, but nothing happens.
I'm gonna start drinking all kinds of fucking potions here.
I love it.
Do you want to take the effect of frightened off me just in case
Yep.
it modifies until I see the thing?
Good call.
All right, I think this is it. I think this is the whole fucking thing. So I'm just gonna drink all my potions. Let's see, what do I have?
Just combine them all.
All
Just
right.
drinking them all.
I am gonna combine them all. I'm gonna drink my potion of fire breath, my potion of fire resistance. I'm gonna drink my potion of flying.
Okay.
Getting drunk up in
My potion of hill giant strength.
I'm going to drink my potion of invisibility just to follow
My
suit with
potion
my
of
buddy.
invulnerability. And my potion of mind reading and speed.
Okay.
So I'm drinking them all.
Jocko, what are you drinking, Jocko?
I just fucking start downing potions.
Potion of invisibility.
Okay, everybody just hold on for a second.
Everybody just calm the fuck
just give me
down.
a second for something. Sorry, I need to make sure I'm clear on something. Okay. All right.
I just drank like 6 potions that I've been collecting the entire fucking adventure, like since last year. I would drink water breathing, but I don't think I need it. Okay, so my strength is.
Yeah, and Jocko will drink his strength or his potion of climbing just for kicks.
Ooh, I've got one of those too.
Okay, Jocko. When you, as Clark is downing his potions, and as you down your potion, Clark, you kind of hear what he's doing, and you're looking at Jocko, and you see him plain as day.
Okay. And I'm going to say, you are not invisible, sir.
It's this frickin' floor. It's like reflective marble. It's showing me.
Well, or it's a magic field when I walk in there and all these fucking potions don't work. So I'm going
Welcome to the Tomb of Horrors.
Fly 2 feet off the ground into the room.
Do you say 20 feet? I'm just kidding.
Two.
As soon as you cross the flesh threshold, you kind of gently fall, not fall, but you land your feet on the floor, and all of the effects of the potions, they don't feel like they're gone. It strangely feels like they're somehow suppressed.
Okay, so should I then now remove all of those off of my character? We'll have to get into combat.
Let's see.
You can
can
click the suspend button or whatever it is. And I you hear me mouth out loud. The Iron Men of Visage Grim do more than meets the viewer's eye as we start to move in.
Hold on before you come in. Jocko looks back at Bethadur and tosses him the whole Horn of Valhalla and say, "Blow this before you come in. Bring our friends."
Oh.
We got to use this before we get our asses handed to us.
And how do you?
So Clark,
again?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I see what you're. I actually have an anti-magic thing.
I was just gonna do it in there.
On.
Okay, if you do, I can turn these back on if it's easier. I didn't know if you had all these.
Oh no. Yeah, it does. It doesn't do what we need it to do. So yeah, you can turn whatever off that needs to be off.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Turn off invisible.
You do, and
so I
can
need
you
to
do
put
it?
my strength back to 18 then.
Jocko, can you do it, or do I need to do it?
I just did it.
Well, I mean, I still see them all. What did you do? Because I can turn them on and off on your character sheet, or in the combat tracker. I mean.
So I guess it's the last 5 you need to turn off as well, on me. Fire breath, fire resistance.
Oh, there it is.
Flying,
Yep.
Giant.
Because Jocko, I don't want you to lose them all together because you might keep them depending on how long this, So I don't. So we'll try to track it. But all right.
All right. So Vethadur, could you repeat your? What's up, CJ? Could you repeat your thing that you said again? The that you said out loud. The poem.
I recite the poem. The Iron Men of Visage Grim do more than meets the viewer's eye, and there's 4 of these black iron fuckers.
Right, we gotta kill him right away.
And as you
start.
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna start beating on this iron guy right away.
I did toss the horn.
Blew me the horn. Okay.
Since
what
do
I
work in here? I see that I'm not invisible, and Clark told me I can see you. So I'm gonna toss it so you can blow it while you're outside the room.
What do I roll? Don't I have to roll for that? 2d4.
What is it? It's the Horn of Valhalla. I can look it up. There it is. Okay, so it conjures some spirits. Is that right?
Berserkers. I think they're CR2. And I have to roll to see how many come.
Okay.
So
inventory for you.
Oh. I'll put the key from the vat room back in the inventory.
Okay, I'll let you roll what you need to, and then I can help you get the berserkers wherever you want to put them.
Copy. I'm checking the table now.
And so Clark, you guys are beating. What are you doing, Clark? You're beating on the statue.
So is Jocko's cloak of protection and ring of protection, are they off as well?
Yeah, I must not have gotten to him. Hold on. Oh, yep, here we go. Let me get to him.
Oh,
And I'm gonna ready an action as he blows.
I think you're
the horn.
deleting them.
No, I'm just turning them off. I just have a button in the combat
so
tracker.
when you turn them off, so when you turn them off, so like mine just say off, but when you turn other players off, they disappear from my view. That's kind of cool.
Okay, cool. So I think I got him.
So
it's a new Fantasy Grounds thing.
Yeah, I've never done that.
We have a bronze horn, which is the second to best one. It's 44 plus 4, so that's 11 berserkers.
Bring them.
So you hear me pray to Helm and say, Helm, we summon your warriors from your divine halls to help us survive and end the evil of Acererak and avenge our brother, sister in arms, Benazar.
And then you hear Clark yell out, "Yeah, that."
So you literally get 7 of these berserkers? Is that what it is?
11. It's 44 plus 4. It's the second to best one. Where did we get this?
I was going to say, where the hell did you guys get that? What the
The Acererak killer.
That's not cool.
Last module.
That's not cool.
11? I mean, holy shit.
It's bronze, right? Yeah, bronze is 44 plus 4. I rolled a 7. I rolled like shit. I mean, I'm assuming that they're going to turn to vapor when they walk in the room, though.
And,
Don't assume that.
Okay, I'm putting them all, I got to turn them all green, and then I will, I guess.
Fleshed out.
Yeah, they're not.
And they have 1 hour.
They're created by magic, but they're not magic, right? So they're.
I
would think they would be.
Warrior spirits from the plane of Eastgard appear within 60 feet. Spirits use a berserker stacks. They return to Eastgard in 1 hour, or when they drop to 0 hit points. Can't use it again for 7 days. And the requirement for this is proficiency with medium armor, which I meet.
All right.
It's non-attunement.
Berserkers unite. That's right. How many of them? 11?
I know. I think I'm missing. Which one am I missing? Holy crap.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think you're missing 2.
9, 14, 7, 2.
And the
3.
other thing I'm heavily thinking of doing is burning a 7th level spot to cast True Seeing. I haven't decided.
Oh, it's only 7. I'm sorry. I thought it was 11.
Well, he
it's
said
7.
11.
Oh, plus 4. Yeah.
It's 44 plus 4, yeah.
Oh, wow. What did you say the other thing was you were going to do?
I was contemplating casting True Seeing just because,
Okay. Whew, shit.
you know, hashtag wizards.
Right. Okay, so yes, the answer is I am beating on this metal. I want to destroy these 4 statues because they're unseeing the scene of the scene, what they don't see, what they do, right? So I'm going to kill them.
Okay, so these things are enormous, and they don't seem to take much damage of anything as you're beating on
Like
them.
clang, clang, and nothing's happened.
Yep.
Okay, how about if I use my strength to push it on the floor and crack it, break it?
So you start to try to push it, and as strong as you are, you actually think that maybe it's possible that it's going to move, but you know you're certainly not moving it by yourself.
All right, I'm like, Jocko, let's knock these over. Get the berserkers.
I'll come and help. I got a 20 strength.
Do the berserkers follow our commands? What do they do?
Spirits use bursts. They return to. You can use an action to blow this horn in response. Warrior spirits appear within 60 feet. if you meet the requirements, they are friendly to you and your companions and follow your commands.
Oh, nice. All right, let's try to push this thing over, and if we can't, we get a couple berserkers in here.
And I ask them. I say that thin stream of smoke issuing from a vent in the on the large bronze urn. Do you feel any effects from it? Be careful.
Yeah, we should send one in to see if anything funky happens.
I say maybe we can stopper that end of the urn to prevent that smoke from coming out.
All right.
Okay. And somebody going over the urn is obviously right here. So tell me what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I don't.
We're gonna
I
try
tell
to
them
knock
I don't
over
like
this.
the urn.
We're gonna knock. I want the statue knocked over pronto. So I asked Jocko to help me do it right now.
That's right.
Okay. So stand by.
I'm using my feet against the wall to help push.
Look at the picture of the fanged creature behind the sarcophagus. He's got like a frown. He's got like this big old frown. He's just like, oh, I'm so sad.
So Jocko and Clark, I mean, you're getting it to budge a bit, but you think you're going to need at least one more person to get it to move at all.
Okay, so I'm gonna back up and say Jocko back up and send in 4 berserkers to knock that thing over.
As soon as the first one comes in, it disappears. And the reason I say that, I just want you guys to know, I've been reading this to make sure I understood, but anti-magic fields, you guys know that's what this is, and it does say that summoned creatures disappear.
Okay, so let's go knock these things over. Vethator, come and help us, please.
I am trying to think. And you guys described to me that you don't feel your magic stuff working, and I just saw the berserker. Okay, so I will walk in and help.
Okay.
We would obviously stand in such a manner that when we knock it over, it's not going to fall on one of us.
Well, you guys are, I mean, you're pushing, pulling, and prying, and you can get it to move. And I mean, this thing is, it's so heavy, but you move it a little bit away from the wall. And when you do, you see a small ring pull in the wall.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll pull it.
Okay. And as you do that, it kind of raises a small plug of stone that looks like there's a kind of a small chute that goes down maybe about 10 feet into kind of through the west wall onto the other side. So I'll open
the stone
that.
pulled back, and then there's something that you could drop something in, almost like a package chute.
Well, it kind of looks like, I mean, you can kind of see, but it looks like, yeah, you can almost kind of slide down there and get into the other side of the wall. It is, yes.
Is it big enough for the statue?
No. Statue's enormous. It's like 9 feet and huge.
Jocko will enter the chute and say, "Wee."
Seriously?
Okay, so you go and you land into a hallway that looks like, it's about, as you look into it.
And
so stand by 1
Did
second.
I turn invisible again once I left the room?
You actually turn invisible as soon as you get through the chute and on the other side here.
I know you probably can't see me, but guess what? My magic's back on.
Oh, whoa, he turned invisible. So that must mean magic works outside this room. Well,
so, Jocko, roll me a perception check as I'm unshading a little bit more. Okay, Jocko, you notice in the wall below you, so kind of to the south a bit, there is kind of a stone sheath adamantine slab, and it looks incredibly thick, but it also looks like there is an obvious metal-lined keyhole.
And just so happens, So I'm gonna call back and go, "Hey Clark, we got a door with a keyhole in here. You got those 2 keys?"
And yeah. I will take the slide. And secretly in my head, I'm like, thank you, Helm, that they didn't go for the chests immediately. Because there were 2
No.
chests by the coffin.
All right.
Or the
I'm gonna.
sarcophagus.
What is the? Is there any indication which key would go in here?
There's not. No, I mean the keys look reasonably.
All right, I'm gonna put the gold key in.
Okay.
Just give me the lightning damage. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so that's the first key. So you put the gold key in. It seems to fit pretty well.
All right, turn it.
Doesn't really seem to turn.
All right, try the bronze key then.
As soon as you pull the key out, the entire adamantine wall slides down.
Nice.
All right, before we go in, can we take a break?
We can actually. This is a good time. I was just about to get there, so yeah, we can take a 10-minute break.
All
right, guys. So let's be back here at about about 7:36.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, let's see if they can get through this. Oh, man, this will be interesting, guys. I hope they can fight him and live to tell about it. Jock, are you drinking more potions or something?
I drank one. I drank the potion of climbing and the potion of invisibility back in. I forgot. Just had to open Rob's
Okay.
book.
No problem.
To get to that. Yeah.
Got it. I was like, wait, what's he doing?
Yeah, I zeroed the potion of climbing out my inventory. So.
Okay. It's gotten a little deadly.
True that. And our berserkers are stuck on the other side of the magic wall.
Yes, they are.
We can't summon them over.
They're
physical now, right? Or kind of physical, I guess.
I don't know of a way to. I mean, you know.
If they're spirits and they get zapped, they would have to go through the wall, so they probably couldn't, right?
You could probably lead them back through the column room and then back up the trap door. There might be a way through that wall there to get to where you're going. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'll call to them and say, hey, don't come through the room we went through. See if you can find us. I don't know if they have a homing mechanism of some kind.
Oh, the berserker.
Oh, there we go. We're all We're all back. I missed you.
I
You know what I
checked
was?
already.
You
You
did?
know what I was thinking? I was thinking if I would have specified that the 15 I needed was from the top of the D100, like 86 literally to 100
Ah,
would have
crap.
been the,
Yeah,
I rolled 80.
I know.
I was like, wow, that's awesome.
All right. So we are all back, and so as you open this door and it the adamantine wall slides down, you see beyond the door a smallish rectangular chamber with a ceiling that extends 25 feet overhead. There's a small depression a few inches deep and about 2 feet square in the center of the floor. It's kind of awkwardly depicted, but obviously this here is it's a depression that's kind of in the floor.
Does it look like something a lever could be underneath there, and you could push and pull a lever in it?
You can't really tell from where you are.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm invisible,
right.
so I'll go in.
All my
silently.
shit's working. You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on a second. Oh well, you already went in.
So
I
Jocko,
was gonna fly in there.
Jocko, as you get there, you notice in the center of that depression a small hole. It looks like another keyhole.
So I'll step back and whisper to Clark and go, "Hey man, there's some lightning power in there. Wanna try that?"
All right,
other
this is what I'm gonna
bronze
do.
key?"
I'm gonna turn into Superman, and I'm gonna go horizontal, and then just above the ground. And as I go in there, I'm gonna put the bronze key in the keyhole. But I'll be
Before
like,
you do that, I'm gonna comfort Beth to do it.
that's code for get the hell out of this room. I know what you're doing.
Okay, so the key slides in just fine.
Speak slower,
And
please.
it kind of feels like it, as you're kind of jiggling around, it feels like it might turn.
Yeah, well, I'd like to turn it.
Okay, so you turn it, and kind of you keep turning it, and as you turn it a third time, you actually start to feel and see the floor begin to rumble, and I need you to roll initiative, Clark. Roll it. Yeah. Okay. So as you're doing this, the entire floor starts to rise incredibly quickly toward the ceiling, and let me show you in what area.
What kind of
Uh-oh.
bull?
Benazar's ghost.
I didn't draw it very well, but it's this entire, except for this 5-foot section here, the entire rest of the room is rising. The entire floor is rising up to the ceiling, like to pin anything that's in its way. But you have initiative first. So what do you do?
Okay, I'll fly out of the way of this exposing elevator or whatever the hell this thing is.
His remarkable athletics.
Okay, and a couple of, kind of a couple of seconds after you do that, the entire floor crashes up on the top of the ceiling, and it reveals what looks like this.
Sweet.
So the rising of the floor in the southern part reveals a mithril vault. And back in the back of the vault, you see an abundance of items. You see all kinds of swords and bottles of potions and scrolls. And you also see on one end of it a human skull with some glowing, or not really glowing, but very colorful red gems.
Okay.
Let me give you an old school picture too.
I'm about to drink a fuck ton more potions, everybody.
This is one where I like the new one better.
I've never seen this in D&D before. The Potion Man.
That's gotta be some kind of record, drinking 6 potions
Yeah, that was pretty
all
good.
at once.
Yeah.
I was wondering that for my own campaign. Does the DMG limit potions? I don't think it does.
No,
You just can't
as
stack.
long as
Yeah.
potion- yeah, you can't stack them.
Yep.
But you can
Right.
drink any manner of different, you know.
Oh,
Like you can have 16 spells cast on you at once by different people as long as nobody's casting
the
like 2
rules.
concentrations or whatever. Yeah.
All right.
You can be invisible and flying and fire resistant, whatever the hell. I don't see the old picture. Did you share it?
I did. I thought I did. Hold on.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Ah, shit. Maybe I didn't share it. Here we go. Getting back up to it.
There we go. Oh, and that's all on the fucking wall? Holy shit.
Yep.
They don't depict that very well in the new picture.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You're right. I mean, that one at least shows the vault, kind of. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. I like.
All
this,
right.
This new
I'm gonna say, do we gonna dare get this shit? I would think that we kind of have to.
Do it for Benazar. Take it all.
Nah. Hey, did you guys hear that? I heard Benazar's voice.
Take your shit.
Is there in fact a note stuck with a dagger in there like that, or is that just some artwork that we don't need to pay attention to?
It's just artwork. Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna collect all these things. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's collect all this stuff.
What do you? So you're like just kind of grabbing treasure and stuff, or what do you? You're just.
I'm just gonna open the bag and just start jamming crap in there.
bag of holding.
Okay. So as soon as you touch one of the pieces of treasure, you see a ghostly shape rise from kind of the mist.
You don't say.
And everyone can roll initiative.
I heard him, so he did say.
Do you want me to? Yeah, that's right. Do you want me to re-roll initiative?
No, you can keep it. I guess I don't know what you have, but yeah, you can.
Well, I mean, is it a different? I mean, I'll re-roll it if it's a different.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and re-roll it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's worse. Fuck.
Send in the berserkers.
Yeah,
right.
we didn't order them to come through the anti-magic field, right?
Right.
No, we told them to hold.
No, we told him to hold up for a sec.
All right. So this
So we
ghostly.
gotta figure out how to get rid of that.
Yeah, this ghostly, dusty figure that just seems to have kind of come out of literally the dirt and dust in this crypt just kind of forms and looks at you and swirls around in the air. And
Jacko yells, "Hey, you got this, Clark?"
God, there's so many. Oh, Jocko, you're up. It doesn't do anything. It just kind of stays up in the air and just kind of looks at you.
I'll come in the room next to Clark and kind of check the ghost out, I guess, and say, "What happened in here, man? I saw some freaking elevator. And would you touch something? What's going on, man?"
Doesn't say
You
a
talking
thing.
to me?
Yeah, my free action. You can do a free action.
to-
Oh, I
me
thought
or
you
the
were.
ghost?
I thought he was talking to the
No,
ghost
to
too.
Clark.
I thought he was
No,
talking-
I was gonna.
Yeah.
Doesn't mention
Alexa, shut the fuck up.
I thought that was part of the clean feed.
No.
That's the ghost.
Talking.
It's the ghost. Yeah, she's got a voice. The ghost came when I touched the thing. Copy? I don't know what I'm saying.
Copy. All right, I'm not gonna attack the ghost because she seems to be just kind of floating there. I'll try to talk to it and say, "Hey, we're here on a mission to assist the upper realms."
It just
saving-
stares at
Who are
you
you?
and just kind of wavers in the air, and it just kind of almost looks right through you, but doesn't respond.
I look over at Clark and go, "Should I grab something and see if a second ghost comes, or what's up?"
Let's just wait and see what's
All right,
happening.
I'll hang there and just ready in action. a melee action.
Vethedr.
Jeez.
He's a gatekeeper of Gozer.
Ghost just kind of hanging out, not violent yet. It doesn't look angry. It just kind of looks confused and.
Just not necessarily confused, but it's just staring at you guys.
And did Clark get any of the loots into his bag, or did he just kind of approach them?
He grabbed one, he grabbed, like he touched a sword, and as soon as he touched something, not his own sword, but he touched a sword. And as soon as he did that, it formed.
All right, I'll hold my holy symbol out, and I'll say, reveal your intentions, spirit. Helm is watching, and I don't know.
Helm ain't watching shit. 89.
Jeez.
Maybe I suppose that's what I would do, and
Okay.
I wouldn't take any hostile action.
And I'll just say, hey, Helm wants you to grow, buddy.
All right.
So Clark will look at the ghost and say, "We may assist you, spirit, in finding your final quest. How may we help you?"
It doesn't respond. It just kind of wavers in the air. Doesn't.
All right. I will reach out to try to, not in a combative way, but just to try to pass my hand through the ghost to see what goes on there.
It kind of flickers and kind of moves, but other than that, nothing happens.
All right. I'm going to turn to Jocko and just shrug my shoulders and then keep on shoveling treasure into my bag.
Okay.
She was a beauty when she was alive.
And what exactly, are you just grabbing everything? I mean, you saw what's there. Are you just grabbing it all?
I closed the picture, but I'll start grabbing probably the skull first.
You grab. Okay.
And then the potions. Okay.
As soon as you touch the skull levitates in the air, and it eyes the entire room, stares at you, and says in this disembodied voice, "You've made it this far, but you will not live to tell the tale." And everyone can. Yes. And you see this thing
Bullshit.
rise
We're
up
gonna kill you.
out of the
fucking
ashes.
A. No, God,
And
it's him. It's him.
It's go time. Clark,
Is it
geez.
still
Oh,
my
geez.
turn?
I'm gonna let you have. Yes, I'm gonna let you. As soon as you grabbed it and this thing started to move, I'm gonna have you go, and let me see if I rolled. Yeah, go ahead and go, and then we will go to the top of the round.
All right.
Jenny Lich is
I'm
all
gonna
day.
come down here, and I'm just gonna start fucking wailing on it because that's what's gonna happen.
All right,
Oh, you
and you hit. All right, you do not feel it was very effective, but it did seem to
It did do damage,
It
but
did.
not full damage. Okay. My third attack. Oh my god. This ain't no time to be fucking around, so I'm gonna action search.
Okay.
I know I have it. Here we go. I'm gonna take my other 3 attacks. Ooh, that's a crit. So I will in fact be taking 3 more attacks.
What was that?
What was that?
I don't know.
Did I?
I didn't touch him.
Okay, 2
Minotaur's interjecting.
I can't. My token is slightly stacked on him. I can't see his health. Is he dead?
No,
Oh, okay.
moderate.
Why did it give me 2 attacks there?
I don't know.
Well, they were
You had
All right,
2
so
left. One of them was,
right, but it shouldn't have given me 2. You know, I only clicked it once.
Right.
right, one more.
I meant to do 100,
that a
so
hit?
that's probably...
Okay. All right, so that is all I can do with my 7 attacks.
Jesus.
Oh, no. As a bonus action, I will breathe fire. Sorry,
What?
my bonus action. No, sorry. Well, because I drank a potion of fire.
I got you.
Remember?
Gotcha.
My bonus action, though, was my extra attack, so I can't do that.
Okay, I was gonna say you drank like 10 potions. I didn't remember that one. Sorry.
I drank 6 of them. Yeah, I got them all on there. Okay, so
All
I'm
right.
done.
Okay, so on initiative count 20, the skull levitates even higher in the air, looks out. Well, actually, let me see if it can do this. 5, 10, 15, 20. Make sure it can do this.
Okay, do I get an op attack for that?
Well, it hasn't gone out of your reach yet because your reach is 10 feet, so no.
Okay.
Right? I mean, your reach is 10, right?
Yes, but I heard you counting 15, 20, and whatever.
No, I'm trying to see how far away someone is, so I apologize. So 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, so Acererak looks out at Vethadur, and you see one of his eyes gleam, and Vethadur, you feel this energy wash over you and realize that you have an anti-magic field that is all around you.
Oh.
So all I can do is put a note on your field, on your character, but for now, you have no ability to cast any spells. You have no ability to use magic at this time.
And my cloak stops working?
Yes, anything that's magical on you no longer has an effect, and now it is Acerak's turn. And he...
Was that a legendary action that he dropped on Vethadur?
No, that was
Sounded
just...
like a lair.
That was a lair action. He hasn't done a legendary action yet.
Legendary actions come at the end of everyone's turn. Lair actions come in initiative 20.
Metagame. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well, but that's every monster.
I know. I'm just kidding. Yeah. All right. So, he...
Don't make me have to fight with you.
He looks at Clark. He turns an eye on Clark, and one of his eyes flash as he looks at you. And I will give you a chance. You failed a charisma saving throw. That's going to be incredibly, incredibly bad for you. You are welcome to use your inspiration if you'd like.
No, I will. I did not use my inspiration.
No, you haven't. I know, but I'm just telling you since. Yeah, go ahead.
Indomitable.
Oh, does that allow you to just make it?
No, I think it's a reroll.
Okay.
You're only one away. That's so sad.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do it again.
Okay.
And I'm looking to see in case I fail. Can I do? I don't think there's anything preventing me from using them. Oh, sorry. So I'm going to do the reroll, but I'm going to do the reroll with advantage, and I am going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Would you mind hiding the berserkers so they remove it from our tracker? Kind of makes it so I can see them a little bit easier.
How can I hide them? Oh, you mean, well, they're green, so okay, I can turn them colors and...
Oh. Okay, yeah. It's up to you. I don't know if we're going to be able to get them through that anti-magic field.
I don't think so, but I'll do this while Clark's doing his thing.
Copy. It would just help me get a quicker glance of the combat tracker.
I guess I don't understand what you're after. You
He
just
wants
scroll
to
up and
see
down.
the enemies in the combat tracker.
Yeah, but just scroll up and down. I don't know why.
Quick
All right.
glances.
So I've marked advantage for my next saving throw.
Okay, go for it. Oh, yeah, and I'll drop it. You want me to drop it on you? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second.
I don't want to be responsible.
And you failed.
All right, I'll do my last Indomitable, but it's not going to be at advantage. I got to get a 19.
Oh, you can do it again? Okay. I didn't know
Yeah,
you could keep
I got
doing
one
it.
more.
It doesn't say must accept the next roll or anything, because
Cool.
Lucky does.
No, that's cool.
You throw. If you do so, you must use the new roll. Oh, you must use the new roll, and you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest.
Alright.
Except it says at 13th level you can do it twice between. So I do have to accept the new roll. So yeah, I
Okay.
guess I can.
Hold on. I will donate my inspiration to give you a bit.
Well, he already gave.
That's
No,
fine.
no, I already did it.
Yeah, he already did it.
Oh, you won already.
Yeah, I can't re-roll it again on the same turn.
So you guys see Clark, and as this eye and this gem of an eye looks at him, he flickers, and as soon as he flickers, he winks out of existence, and you guys can kind of see his entire all of his equipment, his entire body get sucked into this eye socket of a gem.
Really?
Oh, fuck me.
Yes.
Now, there's no way that
What's up, CJ?
freedom of movement spell did anything to prevent that. Would there? No, probably not.
I don't-
Okay. It wasn't a forced move or
Yeah.
anything.
Right. All right, Jocko, it is your turn.
Jocko's gonna kill him and pull it out of his eye.
Okay.
What the heck was that noise?
It's like a reckless attack.
Oh.
Full barbarian.
Full
Sticky
barbarian,
climb.
rage, frenzy, the whole fucking advantage attack, reckless
You
attack.
want to go up a wall? I'll get you still. So I'm gonna climb where I need to go. I think he said he levitated a little bit, but that doesn't say.
Yeah,
that.
he didn't. I didn't say you went out of reach, so you're fine.
All right, I'm not gonna do Great Weapon Master because -5 is not good right
Yes. Very good.
now. And
That's
I
what I should have
two
done.
attacks coming. 19.
You hit.
31. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Plus 12. Hello. And a 10.
Nice.
And it didn't do quite as much as you'd expect, but it still did damage.
All right, let's go again.
Yep, it's a hit.
2.
It's there's chips coming out of his skull. He seems to be wavering.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
And
Fucking A.
and as you do that,
Yes.
the skull drops to the ground, screaming, "I will be back. This is just for now. You will see me
Oh,
later."
my Jesus.
And falls
grabbing the
Oh,
to
gem
the
my
ground.
going-
Jesus.
Where's my buddy Clark? He got sucked into this gem. I got the gem in my hand.
The skull is there with the gems in the eyes still?
It is, but as the skull collapses and the gems fall out, you see this flickering in the gem, and you actually see Clark kind of materialize, and as he comes back, he seems completely spent, and he probably has some stories to tell of where he was on some strange demi-plane, but he is alive, just
What?
very worse for the
Close
wear.
to death. Yeah, he's really close to death.
I'm close
Welcome back,
to death.
Clark.
The ghost.
Oh, I
is-
have. Oh my God! Bonus action. The thing. Well, your second one. Right there, I do it.
And you guys, there is all manner of gems and treasure here, but you have defeated Acererak
Yes.
and the Tomb of Horrors. Very close, but
yes.
you did. Very nicely done.
DJ's got to be. What kind of bullshit? Rob's
What?
alive. That's bullshit.
What
The
about
Ginsu Warriors.
what about the phylactery?
Yeah, the phylactery is not here and is not part of the Tomb of Horrors.
Oh,
So he cannot be completely killed.
Oh
Yes,
my
right,
God!
smart.
Awesome.
Excellent.
I used I drank all my potions at the last minute. Drink.
Frickin' 7 attacks on him took him down
help
to the
Yeah,
dub, and then Jocko could come in.
I thought about, and initially I was giving him even more hit points, but I was trying to play it straight up because he's got the max hit points for a Demi-Lich, but you guys were so high level for this thing. But it still was a challenge.
Well, it's pretty awesome, yeah, because he de-magicked. First of all, he killed the guy.
Right.
Then he de-magicked a guy. Then he sucked the guy into his head. And then if Urash had, or Jocko had.
No, I think
Jocko was. Yeah.
I think it turned out to
awesome.
be pretty good. That was a lot of fun. I'm sorry, CJ, man.
Wow.
Damn it. I was hoping you guys would all make it through.
I could divine intervention once a day, every day until it succeeds.
Well,
and that's what Vethador would do.
And one thing I was hoping you guys might do, and I don't know if you guys want to talk about some of the rest of the module, and if you want to go into that, Rob, but the room you just left, the urn had an Ifrit in it that would grant you 3 wishes.
Fuck.
I'm heading back in there.
So, I mean, it was
we would definitely bring back Venizar. So now, if one of the wishes, if we had wished for to defeat Acererak, would that have worked?
Well, it wouldn't for a couple of reasons. And one of the ways I would have played it, and everyone seems to play this differently, is I would have had the Ifrit, whatever your first wish was, I would say that he grants it and looks around and he's very surprised, but it doesn't materialize. And that's because he's granting a wish within an anti-magic field, which doesn't work. And I think that was another one of Acererak's ways of saying, screw you. You think you're going to get some wishes out of here? Now, if you get him out of there, maybe it would have worked. I don't think just to kill Acererak. That would have been, I wouldn't have let that work.
By the way, it's Acererak.
It's not. It's not, actually. If at least everywhere I've listened to it.
I just heard a D&D pronunciation podcast.
Oh, did you?
And
that's funny because
that's how I knew.
Because I've actually looked at a bunch of places and everybody, some people say Acererak. It's funny. Chris Perkins says, say it however you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because
I saw an interview with Gygax and he said Acererak.
Okay, I don't know. Whatever.
I'm kidding. I'm teasing.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice. So I don't know if you guys want to go. Yeah, you guys did a really good job. There was a couple of places I really wanted you to face something and you guys avoided it, which was really good on your part. But I don't know. We could even do like another session sometime if you want, Rob, to debrief. We don't have to go back through it all if you don't want, or I could tell you guys a few things. It's up to you.
Now let me ask you this: if we as players played that again, is there enough stuff in it that we would not? That we would have new. No. Okay,
no, I mean there was
we did enough of it.
There was one iconic scene that I was really hoping and I'd all prepared for, and you guys just avoided it.
I'm at the point where I would probably read through the module and spoil myself.
Yeah.
Do you want to see the whole dungeon? Would you guys like to see that?
Oh yeah, let's see it.
All right, hold on. It's gonna take me a little bit to unshade this, and then I'll share it. That was fun.
Is there like a DM map that has the entire thing on it, or is it still in pieces?
Well, there's a player map too, but it's funny because each one, it's like broken up into 10 sections, but there is an overall player map.
Yeah.
We just don't really use it all. Okay, I'm almost there. Hold on.
Just to recap for the stream, you brought in all the old school stuff from the PDF, or?
Yeah, I just went to the illustration. Yeah, I bought the S1
Nice.
AD&D, and then I got the illustration booklet, which you can get for free, I think. And I just put those all in as story entries.
Yeah,
dope, man.
That really made a big difference. That was awesome. Thanks, Quid.
All right, it might take a little bit because it's probably a pretty big, but this is the whole.
Whoa! Holy shit!
So in some of the things, obviously, you guys know that the devil head, the green devil, would have killed you instantly if you went through that. There were several portals of mist that if you walked through it, you would have materialized at the entrance completely naked with no armor, weapons, nothing. And you guys avoided those, and then you would have seen them if you made it to the Demi-Lich's room. But but you guys did a really good job of finding the important things. The one thing
What's
that you
down in the southeast there with the little
That was the mist.
Yeah, so this
Was there
mist,
anything in the middle?
Yeah, we went there. We went there.
there was a siren. There was a siren in the mist, and she wouldn't have done a whole lot. It was more of a distraction than anything. She would have followed you a little bit, but she couldn't really do much. But the one I wanted to spring on you was here. So I don't know if you guys can see my arrow in the middle of the map, kind of down by those stairs. So Clark, you immediately, and this is what's hard because you guys have such high passive perception, and I didn't want to nerf it. Most people go right over this trap door because it's like a 20, or I think it was a 18 or 20 passive perception. But if you go up into this area, which you avoided altogether, into this next room here, and if you open these double doors, it basically unleashes sleep gas that knocks everyone out for a certain number of rounds. And I would have played it that Benazar didn't get knocked out because he's a half elf, I think.
Yeah.
But when that happens, what then happens, if I can put it in here, I want to show you guys because I had this all ready to go.
Awesome.
So this steamroller then materializes out of this hallway, and it comes down here and rolls over anyone that it beats in initiative, and it kills you instantly with no save.
Oh, that's like a fucking.
No save.
So it basically knocks you out.
That's awesome.
And I had this whole thing, like, I'll have to share this with you guys, because I had because I knew that Benazar could survive it. Where is it? I had. Okay, I just shared this DM note. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
So I had all this stuff ready so that if Benazar was trying to carry you guys before this steamroll, I was trying to say, okay, could he get him out? It was pretty funny.
Nope.
But so yeah, that was probably the biggest thing you guys missed. That would have been a fun, see if you guys could have gotten out.
So it's funny because we happened to just coincidentally. I mean, Benazar did die, but we avoided a lot of deadly shit.
You
What
guys
would
really
have
did.
happened if we went through the archway in that jeweled hallway? I'll put a mark. We never went in that door, did we?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm trying to look for where you're.
Yeah, we did. At the end of the jeweled hallway, upper left.
Oh no, I don't think you guys did. That was one.
We looked in that room though, didn't we?
You
'Cause
did,
I remember.
but you didn't go through the hallway, and that was
the archway with the holders on the brick.
yeah. No matter how you would have manipulated that one, if you would have walked through it, you would have reappeared at the beginning of the adventure naked.
That was the naked one?
That was one of them. There were several. There were a couple actually, but that was one of them. Same thing could have happened. I'm trying to remember somewhere else, but yeah, and I couldn't. That whole thing with the mummy, you guys killed me. I'm like, what? I couldn't believe you guys did that. I'm like, okay. I mean, there wasn't really anything.
Oh yeah, and then there was the sliding floor into the fucking volcano pit. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
This
up
is
here.
like a crazy shit.
What
in here,
was with
man.
the mummy? Was there some
Well, I mean, if you
storyline
would
with
have pulled the gem out of its head, it would have turned into a mummy lord that had like significant fire resistance. But the way you guys played it, I mean, I'd never seen that done, but I don't know why it wouldn't have affected him the same way with the crown. So I played it the same way.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was good. I appreciate that. That was like,
that was good.
He's
You gotta stop putting that crown on people because they're just disappearing.
Yeah, but it was, and that whole anti-magic field right before it gets to him, that was pretty, God, it's just a crazy adventure. But you guys, I thought you guys
What
did a
was
really
in
good
that
job.
sarcophagus with the Ifrit? In the treasure chest by the Ifrit.
There was a bunch of treasure. I mean, not huge, but there was a bunch of treasure in there. But there was also, on each chest it's triple locked with purple worm poison. So you get one prick of needle damage, but then you get like 40 points of damage anytime that needle penetrated your skin.
That would have set us up for death with Acererak.
Well, and there was a lot. If you look at the initial adventure, like some of the pit traps, if you get poisoned, you immediately die, no save in the original adventure.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's some really AD&D
I just
crap.
picture Gygax sitting around with his player, like clapping his hands like it's a casino and going, "Nope, dead. Try again.
Right.
Start over."
But we played
playing
it.
Riders on the Storm from the Doors as he's writing this shit up.
Yeah. But he
Riders
just,
on
you know.
the Storm.
But my players, no, we played it 65 times. They never made it. But that's what I have in my head that he was doing.
But we played it pretty straight up. Like I said, I went back and forth with myself.
Yeah, you did great.
I tried to decide if I was going to give you guys all the passive perception, but in my mind, you have it. I mean, you got to give it to you, and I think I think this would be perfect for like a 10th or 11th level. I think 15th is awfully high, but you guys still had a death and almost 2. So.
Yeah, I think because if you're 10th or 11th, we probably still would have had the same, puzzle solving skills and the same role playing skills. It just would have been our attacks wouldn't have been as powerful.
Well, and you guys,
so it would have been more of a challenge for the fights.
Well, and you guys,
we were just like, I would step up and hit like somebody 7 times and beat them down to 90% death, and then.
Well, and you guys didn't even rest. I mean, you did a short rest, but I've seen people come into the tomb and do like 3 long rests.
You said something weird would happen. What
I was just trying to discourage you from resting, but what I was going to do with a long rest is basically give all your powers and spells back, but no hit points. I was going to make you roll hit dice, so you would get back half of your hit dice like normal, but I was going to make you roll for hit dice. I saw somebody do that for a high level party.
Oh yeah, that's actually a variant rule. It's called natural healing or something. Yeah. Where you at a long rest, you don't get back hit points. You have to spend your hit dice.
And I didn't want to nerf, like I said, I didn't want to nerf your spells or powers.
I like that rule.
But that was what I was going to do.
Yeah, that's in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
There's a couple different. There's like 2 or 3 different healing scenarios you can use for campaigns. You just tell the players, oh, we're going to use this rule. It's like the diagonal thing. You can do every second diagonal is 10 feet. It's just a variant rule, yeah.
Yeah, I just saw somebody do it.
Half overrides all that. He gets half his hit points back because that's what he does.
And Fantasy Grounds actually even has it. If you go to the option, it's even in there. You scroll all the way to the bottom. It's got healing variants, and then you can change it from standard.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. In the options, and I did the one thing I did because there's not many monsters. I did change the option to have all the monsters be at max hit points, but there's only a couple battles.
Right.
And Acererak, he's supposed to be at max. That's just how it is.
So what was the ghost in the last room?
It's not really anything unless you kind of attack it enough to make it materialize. Then it becomes a ghost that just kind of attacks you and drains more hit points, as far as makes you weaker.
What kind of fat loots was in that
last
room? What's the fattest loot?
Let me put it in the party. Let me open that. Because there is a lot, and I think you're supposed to roll for a bunch too if you're in a campaign. So let me get the image, counter, parcel. Here we go. So, well, no, that's the wrong one. Small, 97 gems, black opals,
97
spear.
Small gems.
But there's also like 12 potions you're supposed to roll for, 6 spell scrolls, 5th level or lower, magic ring, magic rod, magic staff, 3 wondrous items. You're supposed to roll for all that if you're in a campaign.
Nice.
Check out the note for the sphere.
I didn't look at it. For the sphere, is that what you said? Oh, spear.
Clearly magical, otherwise why was it found in a Demi-Lich's tomb?
And that's what it is.
I think that's Zacchaeus putting those notes in there like that, because for Fantasy Grounds you have to put a description, but obviously the WotC, so that's just the developer makes that up, and that's what he chose to say. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, and it says 4 magic weapons.
Cursed. Oh my god.
A defender, a sword of vengeance, a berserker axe, and a spear of backbiting. So that's one of the spears that.
Nice.
And some of these had I think one of the chests had 10,000 platinum pieces, but as soon as you take them out of the tomb, it shows that it's copper. So there's all kinds of.
What
shit
was
like
the refined flail? What was that?
Flail +1. So that was just yeah.
And did we ever figure out a use for that mace?
It really wasn't. I mean, that whole thing, and I don't know if you guys here. Let me pull that up again because it's just that was just a a glorified zombie.
Wow.
Is what it was. It was a false, obviously, crypt, but, and I don't know if I can share this. Actually, no, I'll do this right here. So one of the things I did, I'm going to put him in the combat tracker, turn him green so you can see him, because you could see his name, right?
Yeah.
So
R.
I spelled his name wrong just to see if anybody picked it up, because he's just supposed to be like, I think it just shows as like a zombie or something, so I changed his name to Acererak.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Great job, man.
That was fun. Cool. No, I really enjoyed it, guys.
And the Dirty Rotten Scoundrels are finished.
Yeah, it's over.
The Dirty Rotten Scoundrels are finished. Episode 51.
And
Yeah.
Clark is almost at 0 hit points.
Yeah.
I did the second one. I was at 1 when I came out.
And I think if you destroy, I think you're supposed to destroy the gem, and if you do that, then I think you do come back. So I think that was realistic that you would actually come back.
The orange gem? Was there anything special with that?
So I was trying not to go too far with it because I didn't want you guys totally distracted. But if you try to do a wish spell with it, it will appear to work, but it's evil and it will not work. And then about a round later, the gem explodes and kills everything in a 15-foot radius.
Like
So
That's awesome.
there's some just, I mean, and yeah, there weren't too many just outright gotcha. This is kind of bullshit. You're dead. Like, you know, the one with Benazar, that's kind of like, if you don't pick up on the gold, silver stuff, and that was still really hard to, how do you know which side to pick? It's basically, if you pick the silver side, you're dust. If you pick the gold side, it removes the crown, no problem.
Oh.
And that was kind
of bullshit.
Yeah, that was probably one of the few, like, come on.
He's like, I said silver.
All right, we're going to run right to a 28th level Arc Cleric and revivify Benazar.
I would continue to try to divine intervention every day until it worked.
Cool. Now get him back. Bring him back, man. Got to have Benazar back. I don't know. And the only way to change and I struggled with this one because when Benazar went through and came out with change in both alignment and gender, it says that a greater restoration will restore the alignment only if she had gone back in. If she went back in one more time and came out, it would have changed her gender back. And it's so weird. The way it's written is it says a greater restoration spell will work only if essentially you've changed your gender back. So that was kind of bullshit, but I played it as it was. Because you did do a greater restoration and it didn't work. So anyway.
Yeah.
That was kind of crap, but I was trying to, like I said, play it by the book.
Yeah, no, that was a good job.
Insanity.
Complete insanity.
Well,
So many places to die.
Yeah, especially for lower level.
That everybody dies in the Tomb of Horrors, and we didn't.
Well, and you guys, yeah, the whole it was hard to do the whole false ending part 2, but you guys did that. That was fun because I was trying to figure out. I didn't want you guys to, obviously, I knew you wouldn't just walk out, but it was cool that you guys actually did walk away. That was fun. That you did go away for a while and then came back. You're like, shit.
We came back. The old program delusion. That was dope.
That was fun.
That was super fun. I can't believe we played. I mean, it took us 15 months or whatever. I don't know, May 10th. So June, July, August, September. So 16 and a half months to play that book, which was 7 different adventures.
More than a year.
What was your guys' favorite? Or I guess everyone here didn't play, but Clark did.
Yeah, I didn't play them all.
I can tell you what my least favorite one was, which was the one I DM'd, because I fucking I don't know. Let's see, what was I can't even remember them all. So
it wasn't
You did
Tomoe-chan.
White Plume Mountain.
Okay.
I did White Plume Mountain. It was the shortest one.
And CJ was the one that we were saying was here for the whole thing?
CJ and I are the
Yeah,
only 2 original players.
But
I-
Benazar was not my original character.
Did CJ didn't run one of the games, did he?
Yeah, you
I
did.
did.
Oh yeah, he did.
I
Yeah,
ran-
Yeah,
right,
the only
That's right.
person currently here that didn't is you.
Nice.
No,
You always-
what? But I
See,
get it.
yeah, because
Whistler and
it was
Wizards. Yeah.
Whistler and Wizards. Yeah, so the original DM was Doug, and then the second DM was
Prater, I think.
Praetors. Third was Geo. Fourth was me.
Geo was second.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so Doug, then Geo, then Praetors, then me, then
CJ.
then CJ, then Jay, then Gwydion.
I think
Wow, that's
CJ
epic.
was this team here, right?
What's that?
And
Yeah.
I
The-
played in CJ's and
This was
Gwitty.
the
Yeah.
Yeah.
the quitters were Doug Davison, Digital Dave Middleton, Praetors Rejects, FSH Smo,
And
Geo.
Geo was it.
Oh yeah.
and Geo. And those are the quitters.
Did the
They're all quitters.
did the chat enjoy? I didn't get to watch it. Did they enjoy the? tune?
Let's see. Gotta enter to keep you guys on your toes, tippy toes. Boffrin says Rob is sick of giving me prizes.
Oh, who won?
Uh,
Did Boffrin win?
no, Dead Hand won at the beginning, and I'm gonna give one more away
Okay.
right before I close the stream. So,
Oh.
yeah, they were earlier. They were saying stuff. It
Cool.
scrolled beyond that now, but I don't know.
Oh, no,
Fight
it's all
never
good.
fought the squid before. Gee, they're talking about Gatherbot. They don't care about the game. But yeah, that was awesome. That was. Oh, so what was my favorite one? I don't know. Maybe this one.
I don't know what my favorite. I liked them.
I can't.
enjoyed
You
it.
know the you know me. I can't remember the fucking other ones. All I remember was Doug Davison said, "Okay, you go down the stairs," and then I fucking went to the hospital, almost died. That's all I
God.
remember from that.
Yeah.
And,
CJ's was pretty awesome.
That was
yeah.
Dead and Fey.
That was
Yeah,
a big
that was-
one.
that was
oh
awesome.
yeah, that
Another
was the one
lich
that had
there.
all the. Yeah, I like that one too because it was the big map the whole time. I like that
Right.
a lot.
Yeah. All the
Yeah.
black tree and all that shit. Yeah.
This was one of the shorter ones because man, Dead and
I don't
Pay-
know. The Giants one was good
That was
because
cool.
it had the. Yeah, I mean, I kind of liked them all. The only reason I didn't like mine was because I was the DM. I'd rather be a player, but they were all okay, and some were funner than others. But I can't remember a lot of the ones from a year ago.
I feel
The
like
first one with,
Tomoa-chan could have
Kobold
gone
was good.
Okay.
Dragon Bait says, "Chirbits, great campaign, guys. Thanks." He says.
Cool. Yeah, I think you guys were a good
Uh,
party. I wasn't too worried because you guys are a good group, but I listened to and watched enough streams that there were some Tomb of Horror streams that just broke down into people like, they were so
Bickering?
pissed off and bickering
Oh.
and the DMs kind of like, yeah, this was bullshit. These players sucked. It was.
I'm going in. I mean, I think we all did.
Yeah.
That is any second you're gonna die, and
Yeah.
I promoted the show that way. I was tweeting out and said, "Come watch us die tonight." I did this like the last 3 weeks.
And it
Come
was,
watch us
I
die.
mean, I didn't, early on when Urash fell into that 100-foot pit, I was initially thinking, crap, you guys aren't going to get out. And then obviously once you guys all went in there, then you guys could do some shit and cast some spells. But if it was just Urash, he was done. That was going to be like first
Yeah.
episode
Could
done.
Could I have removed Curse the Crown from Benazar?
Not, I mean, you know what? I'd have to go back and look. And no, I think Remove Curse would work for the floating effect, but I don't think it works for the crown. And they're pretty explicit with what works and what doesn't.
Right.
The other thing, if you
Right.
guys took out the crown and the scepter, and if you guys, once you're all done and you go back out, as soon as you leave the tomb, you're attacked by Vrox. 2 demon Vrox.
Oh wow,
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
that's a nasty deal, man.
Well, yeah, especially at like 10th, 11th level. And like I said, I think 11th, maybe even 12th, but I think 15th was high, but with only 4 players, that it wasn't easy. I mean,
Yeah, back in the day, they used to load up these games with many players. So just imagine people just dropping.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I'm sure that I could speak on behalf of CJ, but I appreciate Gwydion and Urash and Jay coming in to fill in the gaps where we had our quitters.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for
So-
the invite.
Oh yeah, thanks for the invite.
Thanks for
definitely.
doing that.
I appreciate that.
And I was really excited about especially having Doug. You know, I mean, and Doug's thing is that, you know, he's got only limited time, and then of course we all know what happened with Dave. He had to his life got turned upside down, and he had to move, and I don't know what fucking Gio's excuse is, but anyway, these other guys just quit. But so I'm glad we were able to go, you know, 50 every Wednesday, but obviously we skipped some because 52 weeks is a year, but we did 51 episodes, but across 16 and a half months. So I thought it was an excellent,
Big achievement.
big achievement. Thank you. You took the words out of my mouth that I couldn't come up with. So I thought that was
Yeah,
great.
and we got to
Yeah.
show off Fantasy Grounds, which really epically exhibited how awesome a whole campaign with all the TYP or whatever could play.
Yeah,
through.
and when Gwydion started DMing, then we added Sirenscape sounds and everything else. So yeah, pretty good stuff.
Did you see the note I just shared with you?
Yeah, Legendary Resistance.
This was my little cheat
Succeeded.
sheet because there's so much crap. I just put this together to say, okay, you know, if he gets hit with an effect, he can, you know, just immediately say he succeeds on his save 3 times. And then I kind of had a strategy on what is he going to do. He's going to trap soul. But Vethader, he did the anti-magic first. So I went after Jocko. And
Well,
anyway,
So is that like a turn-based thing? Like it ends at the next initiative 20?
it does.
Or
exactly.
can you get out of it?
No, it's
Just
the,
follows you.
it's the end. So the next time it popped up to the initiative 20, it would have gone away.
Oh my god.
Did he
Some of
have
these.
Sorry?
Some of these beholder fuckers in the game have a thing where it does that, only it's a cone. So
Right.
everybody in a 60-foot cone. Oh my god, I've had, and that was in at least one of the adventures we had, because I had a thing on my character sheet called anti-magic field that would basically just put effects in the combat tracker that nerfed all my magic shit.
Jeez.
Oh, Joe dropped that shit on us.
Right.
And jacked up Gwydion when he was.
Oh right,
Yeah.
yeah, that was right.
CJ, what were you going to ask about Acererak?
Did this Demi-Lich have the built-in party wipe?
No. What do you mean the built-in party wipe? I'm sorry.
So the Demi-Lich you fought in Dead and Fey had a AoE basically save or be reduced to 0 hit points.
Oh right.
No.
Whoa.
And then-
No, he has legendary actions and lair actions, but not lair. Isn't there something else? There's like lair. There's something else he did not have, to your
I
point.
think that was a recharge thing that he had. The other Demi-Lich had.
Okay.
So monsters have traits, actions, reactions, legendary actions, lair actions. I think that's it. And spells.
Yeah, I'm going to look something up because I remember it says something about that. I thought there was something he didn't have.
And then there, of course, any monster could have a special thing that says, you know, here's what happens with this guy, and then fucking it's weird.
Yeah, it's funny. I went back and forth. Initially, I put him at 100 hit points, and he's supposed to have 80. I wanted to make it hard but not impossible for you guys, but then I kind of like, you know, that's too much. Let's just leave it at 80 and see how it goes. So I kind of
When we're doing 40 damage, or well, I guess that ends up being 20 because he was resistant or whatever. But
he's resistant to a lot,
Yeah.
including magic items.
I get 7 attacks on the guy. Fucking A.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't realize you had quite
It
that
could have
much.
been 8 if I would have crit twice, right? That was nuts. I love that. I think that's my favorite trait out of all the things you can have as a class power is the critical hit at 18. I
Nice.
fucking
Yeah,
love
that was cool.
That
So,
is
so
nice.
to CJ's point, what Acererak didn't have, there's lair actions and lair traits. He did not have lair traits. And lair traits are like first time somebody enters the tomb, they take like a bunch of necrotic damage, or they're frightened, or you know, a couple things like that. Nothing like over the top.
And lair traits aren't part of the stat block. They're just descriptive, right?
I
That's
think
why.
so. I think so.
Yeah, they're never, because if you look at if you open a blank stat block for a monster, lair traits are not one of the things you can fill in. But I think that's just part of the description.
Got it. But I mean, the trap soul is just nasty. I mean, it's an 18 charisma save,
Ooh.
And it even said, I mean, this guy, I mean, Gygax went so far with his adventure. I mean, he even says basically he scans everyone and he knows which one is weaker. So it's like, don't do it on Benazar because you know he has a good save. You know, you do it on everybody else.
Wow.
It's crap. It's
only a +10. I mean, come on.
right. I know. Well, cool, man. I don't know what else. Yeah, that was fun.
I can't believe we won D&D, everybody.
We did it. Yeah. I'm super high on the College of Glamour. It is the shit.
That was cool.
It is the shit.
It's amazing.
Benazar was impressive. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
What is that?
He ended up dying, but he was the shit.
What is the College of Glamour source book, CJ?
Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
It is, okay. Oh, so you were able to, because Xanathar's came out after this, right? So you were able to switch that. Oh, that's right. It wasn't your original character.
Well, and I think when it came out, I think it might have been the one you were DMing. I think I asked if I could make that change.
Oh, and then you changed it. Yeah, okay. Because the Xanathar's was the next release right after this book, right? The Tales from the Iron Portal, then Xanathar's. I can't remember the release schedule now.
I think we were all excited about it, so I think there was an opportunity for everyone to kind of try to use stuff from it.
Yeah, exactly.
And so Clark is an original from the first beginning.
Clark is the only character that is still from the first game.
CJ,
Nice.
That's impressive.
I do hope
No,
that
CJ's an original player, but his character changed.
I do hope everyone agrees that Benazar ended up being cooler than Vostok.
Yeah, Vostok was a kobold, right?
The kobold sorcerer.
See, I don't remember.
Yeah, I liked Vostok though. He was funny.
Yeah, the kobold. The first campaign was a bunch of kobolds, so he was that.
Yeah, and I was like making some kind of plans for like Vostok to kind of take over the clan and have his own clan of kobolds.
Oh yeah.
And then Jeff
All right, for my stream, I'm gonna
He was coming onto the queen.
shut down. We're just
the queen of the
bullshitting now.
kobolds
So
big time.
thanks,
And
guys.
then,
and yes, I did.
Dave was playing.
I initially was gonna put Acererak at 100.
What was his
and I
character's
kind of went
name?
back and forth during the battle.
Splug,
but-
and he even
Captain
got fucking
Baby.
cosplay and everything else.
All right,
Really
guys.
funny.
Thanks for
And
watching.
then